One of the things that Hashem despises also is in the Gemara in Masechet Sanhedrin. We talked about this a little more extensively on Sunday, is the issue of gambling. Unfortunately, today, the world is developed in such a way where you can't tell the difference between Sodom and Gomorrah and, the rest of the world. Because now gambling is legal in many parts of the United States. It's legal in many parts of the world. And in fact, it's celebrated. They have shows on television about it. People that win in gambling are admired. Now the Gemara in Masechet Sanhedrin says that there are certain people that are psulim le'edut, that are not valid to be used as someone that's a witness in a Jewish ceremony. So for example, if you want someone to be a witness in your wedding, chuppah and kiddushin, you cannot use this person. If you want somebody to be a witness in a court hearing, let's say somebody stole and this guy saw it. This guy saw the other guy stole. Not allowed to use him. And there's a few reasons. What are these reasons? One of them, Rabotai, is Mechalel Shabbat. Someone's a Mechalel Shabbat is not allowed to be a witness in a Jewish ceremony. Why? He's considered 100% an idol worshiper. It's Mechalel Shabbat. What's the next one the Gemara says? Mesachek b'kubiyah. What's Mesachek b'kubiyah? A gambler. Somebody that gambles for a living. Not somebody that gambles occasionally. He played, lotto, $2 with a, once a year or something like that. Someone that gambles on a regular basis. He's made it his life. This person is pasul fe'edut. So we went more extensively of why it's not allowed to gamble on Sunday. I'm not going to repeat the same thing. It's not necessarily relevant. But to just explain to you this thing that's happening right now in some of these Batei Knesset, or at least they call themselves Batei Knesset, these shuls, is really despicable. Where they're trying to get people to come to the Bet Knesset, and they're trying to, instead of bring the Bet Knesset to people in a way like Torah, which is to bring the people up to the Torah, like the mountain, Mount Sinai, we went up to get to the Torah. Instead, what we're doing, we're bringing the mountain down. We're bringing the Torah down to people, and we're trying to convince them to come to the Bet Knesset. How? By making the Bet Knesset look like their world. Oh, you like to you like to hear motivational speakers? Okay, we'll bring the motivational speakers to you. Even if the motivational speaker is a Mechalel Shabbat, even if he's an atheist, even if he's a Christian missionary, even if he's no problem, we'll bring him. Oh, you like to gamble? Okay, we'll have a gambling tournament in the Bet Knesset. Oh, you like to play football? Okay, we'll bring a football tournament to the Bet Knesset. Oh, you like to watch football? Super Bowl? Okay, we'll have a Super Bowl party in the Bet Knesset. Rabotai Yekarim, a Bet Knesset is not for your Super Bowl parties. It's not for your gambling parties. It's not for all of these parties. It's not for that. A Bet Knesset is a mini Bet Amikdash. You're not supposed to have gambling tournaments and football tournaments and Genom tournaments of who's going to get there first and who's going to get there last, who's going to be there longer and who's going to be there shorter. You don't have to do that. That's not what a Bet Knesset is for. This is a Chilul Hashem, she'en kamo. Now why is this gambling thing really mamash firing me up? Why? In my opinion, and I spoke to my Rabbi about it today and he agreed. In my opinion, having these gambling tournaments in Batei Knesset, in my opinion, is worse than having the missionary. Last year, missionary, they wanted to bring the missionary to Boca Raton to speak to Jewish people. I don't have to go over it again. You don't need to be a genius to realize this is pure stupidity. Now, we fought tooth and nail for 2 months almost. I literally didn't see my wife, my kids, my nothing. My kid was born, I barely even saw it. Mamash, unbelievable. We're fighting tooth and nail to get this event to stop. Baruch Hashem, it stopped. It got canceled by the idol worshiper. Well, at least it was canceled. But I think the gambling that's happening in Batei Knesset, which is not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, Many of them are having these foolish tournaments for poker and backgammon and sheshbesh and all these stupid games that they're having in Batei Knesset. I think it's worse. Why do I think it's worse? Because I know that right now many of you maybe agree with me, and some of you think I'm out of my mind. Who knows? But in reality, the thousands of people that are going to watch this shiur, they're going to say, this guy again. When everything is bad, we're not allowed to do anything. So what, everybody's going to go to Gehenom except you? Why is this so bad? No one thinks there's anything wrong with it. Everybody thinks, what? We're just playing a little cards. What's the big deal? Why are you so... Come on, lighten up a little bit. Have some fun. Didn't you used to play? Yeah, before I knew I wasn't allowed. Torah says you're not allowed. Especially in the Beit Knesset. Why is this worse, though, than the missionary, though? Why is it worse than the missionary? Because the missionary, you don't have to be a genius to know there's something wrong with it. You don't have to be a genius. Anyone that has their brain screwed on the right way, even if they're not Jewish, they know they're bringing a Christian, Catholic missionary into a Jewish organization. Something bad's going to happen. Nothing's going to get them out of it. At least not for the Jews. If you bring Hitler to your bar mitzvah, nothing good is going to come out of it. Nothing. But the problem is, Rabotai, is if you bring gambling to your shul, it's even worse. And the reason why is because with the missionary, many people are going to see there's something wrong with it. And they're going to say, you know what, it's a missionary, I'm not going. Maybe I'm not going to speak out like this guy. Maybe I'm not going to fight like this guy. It's not for me to fight. I got my own life, my own fights to deal with. But I'm just not going to go. I'm not going to attend. Some people are not going to attend because they know it's wrong. Some people are not going to go because it's just not for them. They're not interested. They're very okay with their beliefs. And some are stupid enough to say, let's see what he says. But a very small minority are foolish enough to go check it out. A very small minority are going to go inside the cage with the lion to see maybe he's not going to bite me. Very few, small minority. But with gambling, Rabotai, this is much worse. Why? 99% of people see nothing wrong with it. Because most of them didn't learn the halakha. Now they go to casinos on their own. I have a vacation this week. I'm going to go to a casino. I have a vacation next week. You want to come with me? They'll even invite the rabbi sometimes. They have no idea there's something wrong with it because no one speaks against it. No one speaks against the casinos. No one is speaking about how it's not allowed on an extended basis. So now, even if you had somewhat of a doubt, you saw one of my 5 or 6 clips that I made about gambling, and you had like a safek, you weren't sure, am I allowed to gamble, not allowed to gamble, am I allowed to gamble, not allowed to gamble, he says it, but maybe I'm still allowed to, maybe he's too stringent, you had like a 50-50 doubt. Now, you have now a proof against it. Why? They're having tournaments of gambling inside the Beit Knesset. You're saying, if they're having a tournament of gambling inside the Beit Knesset, of course it's mutar. Of course it's allowed. It's in the Beit Knesset. Which means, not only is it allowed to gamble in the Beit Knesset, it's a mitzvah to go to the casino too. Mitzvah. That's the rationale of the Yetzer Hara, the Satan, the Malach HaMavet. And these fools are making these events inside the Beit Knesset. Why? No, maybe more people are going to show up. It's better off they never come. It's better off they never come to a shul or ever even hear about a shul. It's better off the shul never existed than having such a Chilul Hashem happen to mamash pervert the Torah in such a way to make people think it's not only it's okay, it's a mitzvah. Why? Some of the proceeds are going to go for tzedakah. No one needs your tzedakah. No one needs your tzedakah. No one needs your Chilul Hashem. This is worse. Why is it worse? Because now you're mamash putting hechsher, you're putting the kosher sign on a pig. It's a pig. Everybody knows it's a pig. Even the guy that was gambling knew it was a pig, but he justified it in his own way. He never told everybody else to come. He never had the audacity to invite the rabbi. He knew that gambling is not really allowed, but maybe yes, maybe not. Now that he sees there's a gambling tournament inside the casino, inside the Knesset or casino, same thing now. Now it's like, oh, you know what? For the Rav, let's do a big mitzvah. The next Hanukkah party, or even better yet, let's make it now. The next Purim party, let's have it in Las Vegas. You're telling me this is not going to be an idea, at least throughout the next couple of weeks? At least 100 people are not going to have this idea. Why? They're going to say, look, this Knesset is having a poker tournament. This one has a Sheshbesh tournament. This one has a Genom tournament. This one has a Kafakela tournament. All tournaments. Let's go. No. This is how Chilul Hashem happens. And that's why the Gemara in Masechet Sotah, page 49, says that at the end of days, before the Mashiach arrives, our own leaders are going to steer us in the wrong direction. The ones that are supposed to know will give us the wrong instructions. They know the right way, but they still choose the other way. Why? They figure, listen, if I'm going to Gehinnom, I'm taking you with me. Let me know what you think, and make sure to share it, because other people need to learn too.